An evangelist is a herald. An evangelist is the herald of the good news of Jesus.
We first have to know Jesus. And like when Peter is called to Jesus, he says, "Come and follow me, and I will make you a fisher of men." And so there is a process, there's an equipping, there's a becoming along the way. But the call is to follow Jesus, not to become a fisher of men. The fisher of men is this result of following Jesus.
Unless the proclamation of the gospel is supported by trustworthiness of the evangelist or the personal witness, the gospel doesn't seem to have a whole lot of appealing power to the people. So in that regard, to me, individual one-on-one evangelism backed up by the trustworthiness of the messenger is very important.
You're taken up to the platform almost with an entourage of people, car. You walked out there like some celebrity, and there's a part of you that says, "Wow, look at me, I've arrived, I've achieved," or something like that. But how important it is to be reminded you are not representing you, you're representing God. You're that simple donkey that took him to that platform. And so go up there humble and think that this is not about you. It is easy to soak in that adulation, that praise. We are wired to feel, hey, this is awesome, this is powerful. But to say, "Oh Lord, may I decrease and you increase."
In public proclamation, I'm conscious that every time I step onto a stage or a platform or a church podium or wherever we are, then I have a very short period of time where people are asking one fundamental question. Are you safe? Can I trust you? I probably have 2 minutes. And in that time, they're forming an opinion of, is he real or is he not? Is he going to judge me? Does he think he knows it all? And as we paint a picture and we're vulnerable and build bridges of trust there, then people will drive across those bridges to look at Jesus.
The role of the evangelist, biblically and today, is twofold. One is to proclaim the gospel. The second, you look at Ephesians 4, is to equip others, to equip the saints to do the work of an evangelist. So the evangelist is called to equip believers to be missionaries, to be able to witness to the good news of Jesus Christ in their everyday lives.
If I haven't come in, I haven't built relationship with you, if I'm not interested or curious in your story, I just want to make sure I'm sealing the deal. I'm, finishing the conversation. I'm giving my 3-minute proclamation. But I'm not willing to enter into relationship with you, or I'm not willing to be able to do the courageous thing and listen. Then I think in that space, we start to believe that bad narrative that people don't want to hear, or believe the bad narrative that the church is just out there hurting everybody. And it's just not true. And so I think we have to get crystal clear as followers of Jesus, that we believe that when it says creation is groaning, when it says that people are broken, that we believe that as the number one truth, that there are people who are in need of a savior. And that's the thing that becomes most important for us more than anything else.
I'm not preaching the gospel because I'm an evangelist. I'm preaching the gospel because I've been called as son or daughter of God. I'm preaching the gospel because I've experienced the love of God and I want to share it. I'm not an evangelist by calling, but I'm an evangelist because for all those who have received Christ, he has gave them the ministry of reconciliation. So if I'm a child of God, I have received the ministry of reconciliation. So there's no way I can say I'm a child of God and I'm not preaching the gospel.
Paul said, "Woe to me if I don't preach the gospel, because I'm compelled to preach the gospel." And so I would find that same compulsion to share Jesus and that same feeling of compassion was there in me. And so like a fire shut up in my bones, just like having to get it out.
I'm a kindred spirit when I meet other evangelistic-minded people, And I don't care who gets the credit. I don't care who, I want Jesus to get the credit, right? But I'm not competing for anything. I'm not looking for a legacy thing. I'm not looking for anybody I know's names on buildings. I just want to see Jesus glorified in my lifetime, in my time.
I want to see churches realize that He's the desire of the nations. Like, the desire of all nations has come. His name is Jesus. There's no heart out here that doesn't long for Him. You'll never look into the eyes of anyone who Jesus doesn't love and hasn't died for. And to see that desire meet those eyes of fire, I burn for it. Woe to me if I give myself to anything else.
We won't last over the long haul if we do it alone or if we neglect our own abiding in Jesus. My life chapter is John 15. I want to abide in the vine and abound in fruit. But the fruit bearing comes from abiding. And I can't get past that. That's fundamental, to let the power of the gospel come through my abiding in Jesus, and not from trying to prepare a sermon, but from simply being able to delight in being His child that He loves.
Being with Jesus is how you feel His heart. You gain His heart. So if I'm an evangelist today, it comes from a long learning of, I cannot be an evangelist without getting His heart. The passion that I have today to normally share, organically share, is because the time I spend with Jesus is what feeds my evangelism.